Hello. Editor, don't put that in. After hundreds of hours of research, dedication, and dick writing, I've come to the conclusion that it's impossible to make a Jpegmafia type beat, but you didn't say, make a Jpegmafia beat. You said make one like Jpegmafia. So we're gonna be doing that on today's episode of BBB. Editor, put this in the beginning, and make sure I'm saying put this in the beginning. Disclaimer: this song has a beat switch. There's 2 parts to it. Bald beat is coming soon. By soon I mean like 1 minute. First off, if I was gonna make a JPEG beat, it has to be weird, I have to have some weird sounds in there. I went scrolling through the curated catalogs of Instagram reels that Meta has set up just for me, and I found a couple weird sounds. I found this guy he plays drums really weirdly, and this one's him hitting a pipe and putting it into a jug of water. So that was the main thing at the beginning. I quantized it. I tried affecting it to make it not sound so insane, but I just turned that off. I have a soft clipper on just to make it not so loud. I did the full stereo separation for no reason because it doesn't do anything, and then I just lowered the volume a lot because it is loud. And then here it is. You see the snare is like this, like jumble right here, this one. So we're working in double time here, which is like usually when you get into triple digit tempo numbers, you're in double time. Basically the idea is that if you're working music in single time and double time is the same, just double time you're playing it faster, if that makes sense. So 144 BPM is actually just 72 BPM. In single time, let's say, right, let's get a snare or a rim, right? It's gonna hit on the second beat. Then when we go to 144 BPM, it's hitting on the third beat. Editor, do something to prove to them that it's the same thing. But basically when you're chopping drum breaks, make sure the snare hits on the second beat for single time, and then for double time, make sure it hits on the third beat. Once the snare is quantized correctly to the grid, the rest of the drum pattern will follow. It's just as easy. It's just as easy as that. Sorry guys, my brain is so full of mucus. You have no idea. Anyways, I wanted a placeholder, thing in the background, because I wanted to put a meme, kind of like Garbage Pail Kids. First Jpegmafia reference for today. I want to have a meme as my main melody, so I just had this placeholder thing, which is this crazy, like, wailing sample. Let me play the original. So what I first did was completely take out the bass in the right ear. How did I do that? I didn't do that actually. Wait, did I just lie? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to you guys. Having a YouTube apology so early in my career. First thing I did was just completely, so first just completely took out everything else. Because without it, you can hear. So I just did this. And then I have a second EQ just to boost the mids. Because without it, it just sounds a little muted. And then a soft clipper, because, again, it's a little harsh. Never mind, the soft clipper did nothing. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry again for lying. So this was just the beginning of the instrumental. This is what we have so far. The drums remind me a lot of all caps, no spaces. So does the melody, just something very repetitive, which was like something that JPEG did a little bit on BBC, Black Ben Carson, the worst album by far. I hate that album. And also these weird drums also remind me a little bit of Whole Foods. That song is amazing with the rhythm. Next, I wanted to incorporate some more elements from LP. So the most popular song is Rebound by far. And in the song, JPEG actually switches between the traditional Boom-Bap drums and trap drums. So I wanted to have this as like my trap drums, let's say, I guess, metaphorically, symbolically, lyrical, spiritual miracle. And then I wanted to have a second pair of regular Boom-Bap drums to cycle between. So I just grabbed this again from Tracklib because I'm gonna keep talking about them until they sponsor me. It's a very cool drum loop. I just cut it to the grid and I just layered it on top. And once I heard how it sounded together, I just didn't want to separate it. They're just so beautiful together. I did a little bit of drum chops. You see I duplicated this kick, and that kind of gives it like the Alchemist kind of feel. And the layered drums make it sound more drum-like. And lastly, I just took out this back end because it doesn't sound good. That extra kick just like ruins the rhythm, Lastly, everybody's favorite Jpegmafia sample. Let me actually just find it. On Thought Tactics, JPEG samples Soulja Boy yelling. Yeah, cause here, okay, so I have veteran drums with some BBC melody and the LP sort of drum like ideas. Now I need to incorporate some AMAC. All my hears are cornballs. I don't want to be basic. I don't want to copy Jpegmafia. You know, guys, I'm very original. I only do my own stuff. You're right. So I use Rick Ross instead, who is I think equally funny. Editor, put the clip up right now. It's a video of Rick Ross buying a cow, and he's so happy.
It's a dream come true for Rose. You know what this is for a young boy from Cassette City to have.
It's so funny. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs at how happy he is. So I cut 2 clips off of there.
Yeah!
And then a shorter version.
Yeah!
Which sounds super similar, just saying. I added some Fruity Delay. I don't know what Fruity Delay settings are. I just looped the sample and then I just screwed around with it. If somebody can teach me Fruity Delay, that'd be awesome. And then I just took off some of the high end because I don't know why I did that. Oh, this just makes it blend in with everything else. That's why I did it. Lastly, I found this video of somebody just doing cassette sounds. So I just wanted to incorporate some cool sounding sounds. I just layered this cassette sound on top of the snare. So here's without. And then here's with. You can hear that, like, it sounds like a little bit like Velcro. I think it's a cool addition. There's also this other thing of an ejection sound, which sounds like a drum roll. Add some inner rhythms. And then I have this last one as like a kind of perk, which just plays in the empty spaces. Last thing for this beat. This is the first one, by the way. I'm doing a beat switch. Sorry, I should have mentioned that before. Okay, back to the beginning of the end of the video. Hello, I'm back. Last thing, Scaring the Hose has a lot of that vinyl stop effect of meow. You know that sound? Meow. I'm not doing a good example of it, but you know, slowing it down and then stopping has a lot of that. So I wanted to incorporate that every so often. You can hear it right here. I had one last sound effect I forgot to do. I wanted to transition 2 things actually. There's a video of Japanese guy sing Andre 3000 in Japan, and I know that Jpegmafia was stationed in Japan, so I decided to put that in as like a break in the middle of the song. And I also did a full pitch down of this, so it sounds like it's really alien actually. And then the last one I did, editor put it up. Look for.
If you're white, I hold white privilege in. Leave me a fuck all about black fat now.
I wanted to put a different clip in, but none of them really worked, so I just put this one white, and I'm gonna lower it a little bit. It's too much.
White.
But that's just a transition to the normal beat, and then we cut off the drums.
White.
Then we have 2 ejection sounds, and that leads us into the second beat. But before we go into that, I have 2 things to say. First, the intro is just the acoustic drums with a reverse 808, and then a reverse kick. By the way, to make these is a little I forget what these are called, automation clips. You right click on this, create automation clip, and it'll make whatever tempo it is here the automation clip. So as long as the playhead, this little green thing, is on top of there, that's what the tempo will be. That's just for the beginner guys. Shout out you guys. You guys are the people giving FL Studio all their money. Anyways, again, one more thing before I go on the second beat. I'm gonna go on vacation soon, so I won't be able to make a video for a while. But please comment more video ideas, songs you want to hear, beats you want me to. Artists you want me to make beats like, specific songs you want me to make beats like. These drums are very Alchemist. I could do an Alchemist. Anyways, beat 2. The main reason I did this is because I wanted to do, fantastic. Put the comment on screen. Asked me to do a bald type beat. Editor, put this at the beginning again. Bald is mostly just a sample. So me thinking, editor, put a picture of me thinking. I wanted to find a game that I played that I have somewhat of a connection to that had a breakcore soundtrack. And I couldn't find that because all I played was Skylanders. So I just went to a playlist and just like looked around. And then I saw the Splinter Cell thing. By the way, why does he have 3 goggles? He only has 2 eyes. Whatever. You know, I play Sam Fisher in Rainbow Six Siege. Maybe I'll like this. And let me tell you, El Cargo on Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is like the best song ever. This song is so cool. Anyways, I just found 3 clips from it. I'm gonna play like snippets of them. Which is like the previous one, but like there's some weird yelling in the background. A big thing that Jpegmafia does, especially on Whole Foods, he has a kick that ducks the entire mix. With default FL Studio things, you'll have a fruity limiter in the master already. So just go here, compression, sidechain, find your kick, just right click and then choose your kick. Lower the threshold, up the knee, up the ratio. So every time the kick hits, it's gonna take out the sound. Let me play that really quickly. You see that purple? That's where the sound would be. So if we just take this out. And then with the kick. Got it? I'm using that with a question mark, by the way. I added some EQ just to take out the lows, so the kick would come through, boost the mids, clipper again, and then lastly, I don't know why I have this EQ here. I have no clue why that's there. But hey, that's the beauty of production. I had a little intro segment with some like cool like drums at the end. I added the vinyl on thing because that's how Bald starts, with the vinyl on, and then a tempo drop from 144 to 128 just to slow stuff down. I believe that's it. Oh, one last thing, to have more of a All My Heroes Are Cornballs flavor, the title track All My Heroes Are Cornballs ends with that Wendy's order. So I just found a funny meme about this guy that sounds like Jesse Pinkman.
This is not a fucking meth pipe, dude.
Like his script sounds like a Jesse Pinkman. He doesn't actually sound like him. And I just put like a jazz sample in the background because I thought that'd be cool. So it kind of sounds like this.
This is not a fucking meth pipe, dude. This is...
I'm not gonna play the rest because I want you guys to hear it as the final beat. I forgot to mention one thing. It's a very simple instrumental. Did I mention this already? I used some cassette ejection sounds. Just to transition. Yeah. I'm gonna play the full beat now, but I won't play it until you guys subscribe. I'm just kidding, that's really corny. Here's the whole thing.
This is not a fucking meth pipe, dude. This is a light bulb, dude. I'm fucking like Nicholas Tesla, dude.